Greetings and salutations. Welcome to my stream. I'm Karen Russmore, and I nearly forgot to take myself off mute again. Which way around are we to? Yeah, Father Horde. Do I have? Where's my other? I have another mug somewhere, and it's going to annoy me because I filled it full of water, and it should be here. 1 second. Listen to the music. And I'm back, as you can probably tell because you're possibly watching the video. The thing is though, one of the things. So, when I first got the camera, that's my left hand, but it appears on the right hand side of the screen. Because of reasons. And it confuses me. But the thing is, my mug says for the Horde. Ooh. My mug says for the Horde. I've just spilt my coffee a little bit. Just wipe that up with the sleeve of my jumper. But I can now actually, if I remember how to do this, video capture, transform, flip horizontally. So now, that's back to front. But a friend of mine who was helping me out set up the camera the first time, bought me a mug for Christmas, that's printed backwards. So it still says for the Horde. That one's filled with water, not coffee. So you'll probably still see a lot of this. Where it's backwards. But that's on standby just in case anybody asks what my mug says. And then I don't have to respond, I can just pick up the other mug. And potentially really confuse people. Although there's a slight thing and it's like, that's some side by side. There's quite a sizable difference between the two. But, oh well. Pretty sure water's not good for you anyway. Right, so I am paying I challenge you to drink both at the same time. I'm not entirely sure if this is possible because I won't go... No, it's not possible, it's just going to go straight down the middle. I think if they were both this size, I could possibly manage it. But, you know, there's also another question is why would I? You know, my coffee's already decaffeinated, so watering it down some more isn't really going to change the taste of it. Anyway, so I'm playing Pathfinder Kingmaker. I dealt with Lamashtu's wound and went into the bloom and came out of it. And I remember that the difficulty was slightly better now, so it wasn't as frustrating for me. But I don't actually remember what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I prefer to ask the question, why not? Why don't you drink from 2 mugs at the same time? Because your mouth isn't shaped correctly, and you'll just dribble it everywhere, thus wasting either coffee, water, or tea in your case. Right, let's switch that to the game. So, yay! I'm competent. That's very loud in my ears. Let me know how the balance is. Between it and moi. I can actually do this. I can turn it. Is it louder than me, though? Or is it overpowering me? A bit louder than you. Okay, I'll tweak it when I get out of the loading screen. We'll go to sound, and I will drop that down by a bit. That's more subtle sound, I believe. So I was on the road somewhere. I think I grabbed all of this stuff, which is why they've just carrying on now. Priest of Lamashtu attacked me, and then proceeded to. Oh, that's Lamashtu in shrine. The mother of monsters. Their ethos is really, really not nice.
In due time.
So it's one of them, you know, Paizo really know how to make bad guys that are just really evil, so there's no doubt about it. They're the bad guys.
That is not far.
And Lamashtu is a bad guy. Live. I should really check my journal. That'll tell me what I'm doing. Or might give me an idea at least. I think I seem to recall Varnhold invited me out there. So yeah, I don't. The Beneath the Stolen Lands is actually DLC. I don't really want to go get into that too much at this stage. There should be another chapter. There should be another group above it, which is the current chapter. But there's nothing there. However, Varnhold, which is over here, have invited me to hang out, see what's going on. However, I have not claimed that. I think I want to go there and claim that. Because it helps my economy, or I need BP to do it. It's not so much just my economy. Basically, it gives me a boost to my kingdom stats, which are over here. That one just so happens to be economy. Rumor has it that an unknown self-taught master crafting items of extraordinary beauty and rare quality has appeared in the region. Such people are rare. Something should be done to entice her to stay. The general made the young artisan the master of one of the best weapon workshops in the capital. The grateful master donated one of the masterworks in return. Yeah. That's nice, and I got a +6 bonus to my military. So that's a thing that happened. The darkness retreats to the turnbased deeps. The visions of darkness dispersing in the turnbased deeps haunt the barren streams. It seems that the first shroud of insanity has fallen, opening the way deeper into the dungeon. It is time to answer Who is Zillarian? Okay. I mean, that's pretty much a, you know, this is what I'm going to do kind of thing. Okay, I don't think I've got any work for Amory at the moment. So, right, seeing as though it's been a while, the Turnbased Deeps. Oh no. Oh, hello. I've not been there. Powerful magics hide in these ancient ruins from the prying eyes of curious adventurers. Only those who have personally been invited by the master of this place gain entrance. In this game, it is an entirely different question. History remembers many great heroes of old whose valiant tales mysteriously ended in these parts. Is that actually... I need to... Okay, I'm just going to come out of the game for the moment. The audio is going to go weird for you guys. There's no background music, but you can still hear me and you can see the map. I'm trying to remember, because that name seems all too familiar. And I don't know why. Because according to this, I've never been there. And it's not related to a DLC, apparently. So why have I heard of it? Unless I'm going crazy, and I think I've heard of it. It's also weird that it's only a kingdom thing and it's not a journal thing. I am so confused. Anyway, I'm here. Oh, that's what I needed to do. I need 15 BP to do this, and I've got only 3 in my treasury. But what I can do is, rather than wait it out for quite a while, I can actually purchase 12 BP. It costs money, but oh well. That takes me up to the 15. I can get hold of whatever it is and continue on with my day. How are these projects doing? 32 days. Jesus, that was a long one. I mean, it's a problem, so I should probably go to that before, sooner rather than later. Right, claim that. Continue going around this way. I just want to kind of explore my lands to make sure I'm not really missing anything that I could claim. Because, you know, technically this is my land. I think that's... No, try to avoid the enemies. And fight them anyway, because it's hilarious. I'm actually fighting them because I could possibly do with experience. So one of them, I'm kind of in the middle of not sure what I'm supposed to be... Oh, well, what are you? Oh, that's a bullet. Uh-huh. I mean... That's a something. This is a terrible idea. I probably shouldn't be charging it, but haha, I got you. It's not too bad, I suppose. Can you charge it? No, you can't. Can you charge the other one? No, you can't. Okay, just move up close to that one and distract it. And stop it from eating me. Wow, that hit. What the... Okay, it rolled a 19. That's not entirely surprising. Okay, start off with one and then work on the other. How's the audio tracking? Is it still good? Music's not too loud?
I'm writing you out of our story.
Emery, charge the other one. Cool, thanks. Right. Make with the stabbing.
Yeah.
Turn and stab the other one. Nope, okay. It's annoying, if they pressed up right against you, then it will... I have 4 attacks and I only use 2, maybe 3 to kill that. Oops. Okay, didn't want to do that.
Repent!
But because I wasn't perfectly next to this one, it didn't use the 4th attack on this one.
Serves you right.
That's like, seriously, you could just turn around and stab that thing. There we go. Okay, skin the things, grab the loot. There is no loot. Let us leave. All of that for a grand total of 67 experience. How am I doing on levels? Ooh, I'm only less than 500 away from leveling. I can't remember the last time I leveled. I knew that I could have evaded that one, but there's an achievement to do to become a survivor, which is deal with 100 random encounters, and I think it's in a single playthrough. And if it's in a single playthrough, I'm currently, yeah, well, I've been doing this for
I'm not afraid.
however many sessions. Oh look, they're slightly cheerful wolves. Alpha wolf, ferocious wolf. Right, can you charge at that thing? No, you can't. Everybody's out of order. Octavia shouldn't be that far forward. Tristan shouldn't be that far forward. Amory should be right there at the front of them all. And yeah, this is the wrong order. Luckily they're focusing on Valerie. I say luckily because they can't hit Valerie. Or it's going to be difficult for them to hit Valerie.
You deserved it.
Oh, you might not go after Valerie. Okay, you went after Octavia, but
Tear them apart!
Amory can take care of that one. Maybe. It's time for a controlled fireball. It's controlled because it does minimum damage to allies. Yet standard damage to enemies. So it doesn't hurt me much. But it kills a lot of wolves. Take out that one. Ooh. It exploded. I do have to wonder sometimes how the hell you manage to hit something and they explode like that. I think it's one of the things where I've got a DLC that basically introduces blood as a effect. If you don't have it, then when people get injured, they just, you know, complain about it. When you've got the DLC installed, they actually look a little bit blooded in their little model things. The only problem is it also comes with the bloody mess, which is when you kill something with a critical hit, it explodes. So basically, I just popped that guy like a balloon because with a tiny little dagger, he exploded. Right, skin all these, loot all that. Skin this one, nothing to loot. Oh, Tristan's leveled up. I don't know why Tristan is slightly ahead of everybody else, but he is. And I don't mind it too much, because he is the healer. Level 10, halfway to maximum level. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. That's all he gets. It's basically 4 skill points. He also gets a bunch of other things. I mean, it's not quite all he got on that level. Class level 10. Yeah, he's not got anything there, but it generally means if that happens, he's got a fairly decent. I'm actually trying to figure out how come he's not been. It feels like he's been cheated out of the stuff, but I'm pretty sure. No, that happens on the odd levels. Well, that would happen on the even levels. Some of these things just get longer. Eh. Oh well, he's got spells. So, nothing at first, nothing at second, nothing at third. Oh, we got another fourth. Don't feel like I need the restoration too much more, so I won't get another one of them. I can switch out spells for cure critical. Subject gains a +4 morale bonus on saves against all death spells and magical death effects. The subject is immune to energy drain and negative energy effects, including channel negative energy. The spell does not remove negative levels that the subject has already gained and does not protect against any other sort of attacks, even those attacks that might be lethal. It's a minute a level. Freedom of movement. Ooh, freedom of movement. We'll take freedom of movement. Basically, this spell enables you or the creature you touch to move and attack normally for the duration of a spell, even if under the influences of magic that usually impede movement, such as paralysis, solid fog, slow, or web. All combat maneuvers checks made to grapple the target automatically fail. Really useful if you get yourself stuck. And level 5. So this is one where I'm again not sure what to go for. See, one of the problems I have is there's so many things that can be really useful. You know, spell resistance. Target gains spell resistance equal to 12 plus your caster level, so 22. Which basically means anybody casts a spell at me, they roll a d100. If it's 22 or less, the spell doesn't work. Which is great, because, you know, it could be something that just straight up kills me, like Slay Living. Slay Living doesn't quite kill you, but oh, it can just kill you. You can attempt to slay any one living creature. When you cast this spell, your hand seethes with airy dark fire. You must succeed in a melee touch attack and touch the target. The target takes 12d6 points of damage plus 1 per caster level. If a target makes a fortitude saving throw succeeds, it takes instead 3d6 points plus 1 per caster level. The subject might die from the damage even if it succeeds at the saving throw. So yeah, 12d6 plus 1 is a fair amount. I mean, pretty sure some of my people could survive that, but, you know, Octavia there certainly could die from it. But it's subject to spell resistance, so giving her spell resistance if somebody casts Slay the Living, it would certainly help. But it's one of them where it's like one friendly creature within touch range for a minute per level, so 10 minutes. Gets that, but I never know when a spellcaster is going to come up, and most of the time, you know, spellcasters can vary wildly from barely effective to really effective. And if it's barely effective, then it's not really worth casting that. If it's really effective, it's like, yeah, it's Slay Living. Even if you save, it's not going to be pretty. Break enchantment. Freeze the victims from enchantments, transmutations, and curses. Yeah. The target's bones or exoskeleton splinter, dealing 1d6 per caster level, maximum 15d6 to the target, which also exhausts them for 1 minute per caster level. From the pain and exertion of a transformation. If a target succeeds the save, it takes half and is fatigued rather than exhausted. See, these sound like some really nice spells, but Tristan is a good guy. Oh, that one sounds interesting. Yeah, that one. The spell functions like Whole Monster, except that the target is constructed out of coils of a large snake, taking 1d6 plus 6 bludgeoning each round on each save. It fails its saves. Successful save ends both with paralyzing and constricting effects. Whole Monster, the subject becomes paralyzed and freezes in place. It's aware and breathes normally but cannot take actions, even speech. Each round the subject may attempt a new saving throw to end the effect. So that's not bad. And it kind... Ooh, disruptive weapon. This spell makes a main weapon melee deadly to undead. I'll have to keep that in mind. I haven't come across many undead recently, but there's nothing stopping them from being sort of like, yeah, the next dungeon you're going into and having to crawl around is going to be an undead one. So yeah, on that survivor achievement, I've done 33 so far. Troubleshooter, 40. Yes, I'm well aware of that. Okay. It's a little bit weird that it brought it up again.
May we have a moment of respite?
Nope. Can we? Yes, we can shuffle people around while we're on the map. Have I done everything this side or the yes I have?
I'm hungry.
Okay,
When
now
will I
everybody's
stop?
exhausted. Right, cooking. We have run out of fish on a stick. Let's have jeweled rice. Makes us
I'm glad
move
that being a
slightly
slave
faster.
didn't harden your heart. You are very strong.
I'm just the way I am. I think my owners wanted me to become as wicked as they were. So I do the opposite out of spite.
Bum bum bum. No, I want to go over this way, and over this way, and over this way, and go up this way. That should connect to that road there. And this is going to go... Don't want to go into the Lonely Mill. Don't want to go into there either. Very curious as to why that's one solid line. Right, I want to go up to this way. Down an hour to get to town.
I need to catch my breath.
Yes, yes. Complain later about things. Everybody's fatigued. Okay, great stuff. I'll manage. Use rations. Let's eat the rest of those, and maybe this rest won't be so long.
I know you cut your hair to make a statement, but maybe you should grow it back? You know, for a change.
I'll think about changing when I'm too old to fight. For now, when I'm deciding between long hair and getting my helmet on quickly, I'll choose the latter.
Ta-da! I only use the rations because rations are really heavy. It's one of them, it's not, I don't really want to be carrying around too much weight. Well, I am carrying around a lot of weight at the moment. These things, oh, they weigh, jeez. I've got 38 Hydra eyes, which weigh nearly, well, over 15 pounds. I've got 3 pounds of edible moss, 3 pounds of eggs, 2 pounds of chicken, 2 pounds of fruit, 9 pounds of diamond dust, 4 pounds of mushrooms, 5 pounds of meat. This food is brilliant. It never goes off. 6 pounds of rice. 2 pounds of owlbird eggs. And 3 pounds of chocolate. I think at some point I should really clear out my inventory. The thing is, it's one of them where it's like I never quite know what's important to keep and what's not. And continue going on to Norwood. Why am I doing this piecemeal? Right, click cancel on that. Let's have a quick look at this before I step out into the wilderness. Nothing much I can do. I got 4 days before people are finished up. Oh, that's not the way to the... Ah, there we go. Do you want to enter this location? Sure, why not? Why do I want to be here? Oops. Oh, that is part of the Beneath the Stolen Ones. Okay, so I don't want to be there just yet. Okay, I'm going to turn around and leave this area. Just because, well, it's a terrible idea to go here. I think it's a semi-infinite dungeon. Or it's certainly styled that way, or there's like there's 50 levels to it, or something like that. I thought the thing was closer south. Anyway, okay, right. So now that we've figured out what that is, where do I want to go? What do I want to do? I think I've been all... Well, I've not been there. Right, go there.
I need to catch my breath.
Random encounter. Half an hour into this, and so far all I've dealt with is 3 random encounters. Woo! And moved around a lot. Right, there's going to be an ambush from this way. No? Okay.
Blood for Gorum!
Supplies! Oh. Regret life choices! You fiends!
Left yourself open.
See? I told you to regret life choices! I suppose you can charge as well now.
Onwards!
Love the way that it's all like Amory charged in, I charged in, Valerie just sort of like creeps forward.
Wishes.
You forced my hand.
I nearly feel bad for them. Nearly, because they're the ones who ambushed me while I'm on the road. But I do think that's a little bit uncalled for by the game. But it counts towards the achievement, so hey ho. Continue.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
We'll rest when everybody's exhausted and not a moment before.
Listen, Tristan. Why do you always forgive everyone for everything? Punch them once, and they respect you right away.
I don't need that kind of respect, Amiri. It brings nothing but suppressed anger. Sooner or later, they'll understand they were wrong, and apologize for their carelessness and rash words.
Ah, Tristan's such a nice person. Probably going to get himself killed one of these days, but he's a nice person until he does. Let's go take a peek at Rat Not Kill. Don't forget to empower your party with items, spells, and abilities before challenging encounters. How do you know that the encounter is going to be challenging until you go stick your face in the trap? Now, should I buff everybody up now before we all die?
Interesting.
I mean, the trap doesn't really worry me. See?
What a find!
I see something!
I mean, the hole in the
trivial
face is
matter.
interesting.
It is finished.
See, that one interests me slightly more than that one. That one
trivial
merely
matter.
looks natural. That one does not.
I believe I found something.
Interesting.
Nope. Accidentally triggered the trap. And it didn't even hit me. Just slightly annoyed that I didn't get the experience for it.
I've discovered something.
Everybody's leveled up.
In due time.
Well, it's raining out here. That's not a pleasant thing to be. Quick, everyone, to the cave! Where it's nice and dry and not filled with terrible monsters. It's probably filled with terrible monsters. But we have all leveled up now. So, let's see what we get this time. Got a bonus combat feat and burst barrier. At second level, the Tail Shield Specialist can use her shield to screen herself from burst spells, getting the effect +1 reflex on saving throws again whilst employing a Tail Shield. This bonus increased by +1 every 4 levels. After second to a maximum of +5 at level 18. So she's got a +3 to reflex saving throws while using a Tail Shield, and she's always using a Tail Shield. And we get another combat feat. Now that's why it's not recommended. It's only for light and heavy shields or bucklers. Whenever you and an ally are who also has the same feat are flanking, you deal an extra d6 additional precision damage with each successful melee attack. This bonus damage stacks with other sources of precision damage, such as sneak attack. This bonus does not. Bonus damage does not multiply on a critical. What weapon do you use? That's a question. Bastard sword. Improved critical doubles the threat range, so if it's a natural 20, then it becomes a natural 19 and 20. If it's a natural, like, say, 17, 18, 19, and 20, it becomes 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 14, 15, 14, 12. Will crit. That'd be a hell of a weapon. Or a chance to crit anyway. I think for Valerie it'll just be... Is that even a bastard sword? Yeah, that's a bastard sword. Oh, that's actually not a bad crit range, 17 to 20. Now that she's got the ability. But if we were to find her a keen one, then that'd be even more interesting. I think I've got a few keen weapons around somewhere. Not sure who has them. Okay, this, if I can, I want Kuriki as a specialized... Oh no, I need to be able to use Kuriki. I don't get a feat this round. Okay. What's that? After 10th level, your character can choose an advanced rogue talent in place of a rogue talent, and I get a rogue talent. Okay. Skill points. As you can see, I am very skilled. Mainly at mobility, trickery, and stealth, but not too bad at other things as well. Right. So many things to look at. Opportunist. The character can make an attack of opportunity against an opponent who has just been struck for damage in melee by another character. This attack counts as an attack of opportunity that round and can't be used more than once per round. Improved evasion. This works like evasion, except while the character still takes no damage on a successful reflex saving throw against an attack, they also only take half damage on a failed save. A helpless character does not gain the benefit of improved evasion. That might be interesting, seeing as though it's one of them where it's not like you can almost bet your bottom dollar, because the way that evasion works in Pathfinder, I should have it somewhere. If you fail the saving throw, if the character successfully makes a saving throw against an attack that will deal half damage on a successful save, they instead take no damage. However, if you fail it, you still take full damage. By taking the improved, or whatever it was called, yeah, improved evasion, basically it means it's only half when it's a fail, and on a save it's no damage. But I could take combat trick. Go for martial weapon proficiency and get my bleeding Kuriki. What else do we have? Confounding blades. When a character with this talent hits a creature with the melee weapon that deals sneak attack damage to the target, you cannot make attacks of opportunity for 1d4 plus 1 rounds. Crippling strike. When the character with this ability can sneak attack an opponent with such precision that the blow weakens and hampers them, opponent damaged by one of the sneak attacks also takes 2 points of strength damage. That's interesting if that stacks. Dispelling attack on an opponent that is dealt damage with sneak attack by this character with this ability is affected by the targeted dispel magic, affecting one of the spells in effect. Caster level 4 of the ability is equal to the character's level. That's double debilitation. Whenever your character inflicts a penalty against a target using debilitating injury class feature, they can select 2 penalties to inflict. The target can never be subjected to more than 2 penalties in this way at one time. If any additional penalties are inflicted, any previous penalties immediately end. Any effects that heals damage to the target negates both of the penalties. See, that's interesting, because I think that's what these are called? So I've got confused, which is a focused attack. When I come to when the character is confused and hits a creature with a melee attack that deals sneak attack damage, the character is no longer When the character is shaken and hits a creature with a melee attack that deals sneak attack. Oh, okay, that's more me focusing. See, I don't know what a debilitating thing is. Yeah. See, I think this is a debilitating thing. And that is a debilitating thing. But it doesn't say that this is an debilitating thing. See, I can't take that because I don't have... I think I am probably going to go with, because I really want to be able to use them weapons. The combat trick and martial weapon proficiency. Because I've got a couple of Kukri. That are really nice. I just can't use them because I'm not proficient with them. But now I am. Kukri. Language is difficult. Okay, barbarian, you should be easy. You have 4 skills. And you hit things. Oh, right. Rage power, damage reduction at 7th level. Subtract 1 of the damage wild. That she takes. Well, a barbarian gains damage reduction. Subtract 1 from the damage the barbarian takes each time they are dealt damage from a weapon and a natural attack at 10th level, and every 3 barbarian levels thereafter. This damage reduction raises by 1 point. Damage reduction can reduce damage to 0, but not below 0. I mean, I could take that and get an extra 2. Don't want to take guarded stance because that's not Amory's style. Don't really think I need the beast totem. Internal fortitude is immune to sick and nauseated. No. Reckless, no, because there's 2. There's lethal stance and reckless stance. Reckless, you take an AC penalty for a bonus to attack rolls, but the attack roll bonus is not typed. Whereas the lethal stance, it's a competence bonus, but there's no penalty. However, the competence bonus won't stack with other competence bonuses. Whereas this is untyped, so it will always stack, but you take the AC penalty. Renewed Vigor as a standard action, the barbarian heals 1d8 points of damage and plus her constitution modifier. Every 4 levels it increases by a d8 to a maximum of 5d8 at level 20th. This ability can only be used once per day. See, it's that once per day thing that kind of bothers me. You know, once per day you can get 2d8 healing. She's got over 100 hit points. Well over 100 now that she's just leveled up. So being able to once a day bump up a maximum of, you know, what, 16 plus 4, I think she's got constitution. So 20, maybe? Barely seems worth it. I think I'm going to take this increased damage reduction. Because this is the thing, it's like, it's -2. Every time she gets hit with a natural weapon, or a weapon, you know, a non-magical weapon, she'll take 2 less damage. Which can, you know, if she gets hit 10 times, that's 20. If she gets hit 30 times, that's 20 times, that's 60. That's potentially a lot better than this renewed vigor, and it's always in effect, so we'll take that. More damage reduction for the win. Octavia. Oh god, you're going to be hard work. Spellcasters, they're always hard work. Oh. Oh yeah, you're dual. Oh, that was the thing that somebody mentioned. The Arcane Trickster. See, the Arcane Trickster needs certain abilities, which is why it's great for them, because they're part rogue. Octavia is part rogue and part wizard. That's how you find them. And the bonus of the Arcane Trickster is it builds upon sort of like rogues and spellcasters. At first level, the Arcane Trickster selects an arcane spellcasting class she belonged to before adding the Prestige class. When this new Arcane Trickster gains a level, the character gains new spells per day, and new spells as if known if she had also gained a level in that spellcasting class. Okay, that's interesting. Ranged Legimane. An Arcane Trickster can use trickery at range of 30 feet. Working at a distance increases the normal DC by 5. And it also starts stacking up the sneak attack, because one of the things is I felt a little bit that she was getting weakened by the fact that she was multiclassing. She wasn't advancing in wizard as much as I would have liked. So that's why I stopped taking rogue levels. But this allows me to continue getting sneak attack, which stacks. You know, she's got sneak attack up to D6. This should stack on top, giving her 3d6. Oh no, that'll be next. This is first level. So yeah, she won't get that, but it will. You know, next level she'll get some sneak attack. So, okay, I'm going to give this a try. Take the Arcane Trickster. It might prove to be a bad idea, but I'm not a big fan of... She's a spellbook, which is going to be a wizard, because that's the only spellbook she has. And then she gets skills, which is a really odd number, but let's take that in mobility. Okay, so she still gets her... Oh, that's... yeah, okay. Obsidian Flow. You convert a thin layer of the ground to molten glass that cools quickly. Creatures in the area take 1d6 fire damage per 2 caster levels, 10d6 maximum, and become entangled until they make a strength, athletics, or mobility check. The DC equals the saving throw DC. Any creature that's within the area must make a successful reflex saving throw, takes half damage, is not entangled. The ground is constant and covered with slippery expanses and sharp shards of obsidian. The area of effect is difficult terrain, and creatures inside take -5 penalty to mobility checks. A successful DC 15 acrobatics check is required to charge across the area. A creature that falls prone in the area takes 1d6 points of damage from the sharp obsidian. I mean, that's interesting. Elemental Body. When you cast this spell, you assume the form of a small air, earth, fire, or water elemental. The abilities you gain depend on the type, which you change into elemental ability based on size. Use the size of the elemental you transform into to determine their effects. You become a medium leopard. You gain... I'm not loving any of those. She's a transmutation specialist. But there's enlarged person and reduced person, which she has at like first level. And I have never used either one of those spells. Because the penalty kind of offsets the benefit. So you get the target gain, so reduced person, the target gains +2 size bonus to dexterity, and a -2 size bonus to strength. A +1 bonus on attack rolls and AC due to the reduced size. So to a certain degree, melee and range weapons used by this creature deal less damage. So it makes them slightly hardier, but makes it also more difficult to do any real damage. On the flip side, enlarged person makes it easier to get hit, and they do a little bit better in the damage side. I don't know, it's just one of them where it's never really appealed. And the idea of taking mass enlarged person and mass reduced person just doesn't make any sense. I do want to take Acid Pit though, as one of mine, because the pits are great. Oop. Can I read the Acid Pit? Yeah, there we go. You create an extra dimensional hole with a depth of 10 feet per 2 caster levels, maximum 100 feet. At the bottom of the pool pit is a pool of acid. Any large or smaller creature standing in the area when you first conjure the pit must make a reflex saving throw to jump to safety to the nearest open space. In addition, the edges of the pit are sloped, and any creature entering it, ending its turn on the square adjacent to the pit, must make a reflex saving throw with a +2 bonus to avoid falling into it. Creatures subjected to the effect intended to push them into the pit, such as Bull Rush, do not get a saving throw to avoid falling if they are affected by the pushing effect. Creatures who fall into the pit take falling damage as normal, 1d6 plus 1d6 bludgeoning damage per 10 feet. And it's still got the typo because it says pet 10 feet. Plus 2d6 points of acid damage from... Plus 2d6 points of acid damage from per round spent in the pit. They can make it out. I mean, I've got spiked pit, is it? Yeah. Which is kind of... Can I can't look at spiked pit at the moment. And I've got create pit, spiked pit, now I've got acid pit. And what else do I want? I mean, control fireball won't be too bad. Get some more fireballs out there that are controlled. A dimension door might also be useful. Taking dimension door. So let's open up her spellbook. So forth. Take... that's why you always want to take at least one. Because I can't... You get one slot which is only for favoured schools. Right, so yeah, this is... 1d6 plus... that's 2d6 points of piercing damage from the spikes, but that only happens when you fall. Whereas the acid pit It's 2d6 points of acid damage per round spent in the pit. Okay, so that's why it's better. And that is quite a bit better, especially seeing as though one of the things is I've had it where I've created a pit and something's gone down into the pit and eventually manages to crawl out, but some don't manage to crawl out, and I basically have to wait until the spell's over before it eventually pops back up to the surface. It's not taking damage because that's not how the spiked pit works, but it does take a while for the spell to wear off. I mean, it'll be my luck that the first creature that gets pushed into the pit of acid will be immune to acid damage or something, but it's not the end of the world. Right, and finally, Lindsay the Bard, who could become a dragon discipline. Disciple. Yeah, disciple, not discipline. But I'm probably just going to stick with Bard. Skill points. And then Bard talent. Seems weird to me that the bard talents don't really have much of a bardy feel to them. You know, and bards are arcane spellcasters who use song and rhythm and whatnot to basically do their thing. And they're also quite knowledgeable. But none of these say singing, dancing, and knowledge to me. I mean, skill focus is kind of a knowledge thing, but only if it was like knowledge arcana, knowledge world, lore, nature, lore, religion. You know, what's use magic device got to do with anything? Could take combat trick, but then I don't really know what to take for that. Terrain mastery. Get a bit of a bonus depending on the terrain. Uncanny observer. +4 bonus. When the character takes this, when the character with this talent makes a perception check, they gain +4 bonus. The thing is, in skill focus, perception, you get a +3 bonus to all checks involving perception. If you have 10 or more ranks in perception, this bonus increases to +6. So I go back, and perception, she's got no ranks. So it would be better to take the Uncanny Observer feat, because it gives you a +4 rather than +3. But, you know, at a +4 bonus, it's still not going to be all that great. I mean, it'll be a +6. She won't be finding anything that somebody else can't say. So you could say that bards in this game are not all singing, all dancing. I mean, they're not. And it's a little bit annoying. But they're not all singing, all dancing, because that's literally what they do. I mean, if we look at some of her other abilities, and I suppose it could just be one of them things. It's like she's got Inspire Courage, Inspire Competence. She also has another bard song, a Dirge of Doom, and Inspire Greatness, which are all songs. So it is kind of there. I don't really know. Right, let's. What do you got? Precision attack. You can shoot or throw ranged weapons at an opponent engaged. Yeah, let's take that, because that annoys me a little bit. Alright, so you've got a 2 and a 4 and a 4. Okay. Minute per level. Sense vitals. I know that's just for you, which isn't that great. You've already got Cure Moderate Wounds, Cat's Grace. Blur? Blur's useful. And level 4 spells. Serenity. You fill targets become. Oh. You fill the target's mind with feelings of tranquility. Those attempting to commit violence become stricken with racking pain and take 3d6 point damage each round they attempt to harm another creature. All enemies within a 30-foot bus centered on the target within medium range. That is just ridiculous. I love it. You basically calm a bunch of people down, and if they can't calm down, they hurt themselves. I've already got freedom of movement. Shield of Dawn. What's this? Any creature that strikes you with a melee attack deals damage normally, but also takes 1d6 points of fire damage plus 1 per caster level. Creatures with reach weapons are not subjected to this damage. I mean, shout, you emit an ear-splitting yell that stuns and damages creatures in its path. Any creature within the area is stunned for 1 round takes 5d6 points of sonic damage. Successful save negates the stun and reduces damage by half. Sure, why not? Let's have another shout, because they used to have ear-piercing scream, which is a really nice one, but we'll take shout now. One thing I like about Lindsay is her spells you don't have to pick, whereas Octavia you've got to pick, which means I need to go all through her levels again. That's okay, that's missing a spell. Fox is cunning. Let's take a Bear's Endurance? Let's take a Mirror Image, that's always useful. And Wizard 1. I never really know what to take at these levels. Let's take another Magic Missile. They're always good for a laugh. What is your... does it tell me anywhere? See, I'd like to see... oh, there it is. Caster level is 7. Spell penetration is 11, concentration 18, 0% spell chance failure. Okay. Because that's the thing, it's all like... a magic missile, for example, is 1d4 points of damage per missile, and you get 2 missiles at 3rd, 3 at 5, 4 at 7, and 5 at 9. But that's caster levels. So she's a caster. Her character level is 10. Her caster level is 7. So she gets 4 magic missiles now. But that does confirm at 7, with being a wizard 6, arcane trickster 1, it does mean that her spellcasting level is a combination of a 2. And as we continue leveling this up, it will start doing weird and wonderful things that I enjoy because it's sneaking. Probably the most complicated character that I have, with a grand total of 54 hit points. Now, even me with the rogue, I've got 103. 145 for armory. How come you've got more con? I mean, you possibly should have more con. You get hit more than anybody else. Anyway, now that we've all leveled up, into the cave.
Face me if you dare.
Oh, we're rats. vicious.
This should do it.
That's a problem.
You can't stop me!
Yeah. Right, let's break out in a little bit of song over here.
Dawnflower, grant me strength.
Stay behind me!
Jesus, I cannot hit these guys. Right, withdraw 5 feet. You don't have a ring of thing anymore, but you are gonna heal yourself. What's this? What's this? This is the biggest one that we got, isn't it? There we go. Now you're looking slightly healthier. Yeah.
A calculated risk. Ha!
Damn it.
This is where I step in.
Let us strike as one!
Fell over. Me with a stabby. If I could just hit you, it would be great. Bum bum bum. Let's have a bless. You are now entering the justice zone. Any criminal activity will be redirected to the culprit. I'm trying to think. Is that when I was talking about one of the spells? Sorry, I might have missed that. Or I'm just you're as obscure as Jay sometimes.
Consider me provoked.
What is it with me and attracting people who just make obscure references in my chat? I didn't want to walk you up there. Yes, regret life choices. Oh, wow, this guy's annoying. Right, let's have a heal before everybody ends up dead. Let's kill that guy. See, at least Anne-Marie knows what she's doing. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna go with yes to the spell because I'm just confused, if not otherwise. Is that? No, that's hold person, and I don't think these guys count as people. Oh, no, they do count as people. Stand still. It succeeded at will saving throw. Of course it did.
Serves you right.
Yeah, Tristan, you know, fire, you're gonna have to get over it for a short while. Me? No! Shoot. I did not realize that the thing died. I clicked on the thing furthest over there and I've just blinded Amory. Don't worry, folks, it's only permanent. How do I restore that again? I think it's a restoration or a lesser restoration. Is it a lesser restoration? Reducing does not also eliminates any fatigue, but does not restore per turn. Nope, it's not that. I mean, there's remove blindness, but I don't have that prepared today. Remove curse. Nope. Does restoration cut it? Restoration. Oh, that requires diamond dust, and I'm not willing to spend diamond dust on restoring blind. Okay, Amory's blind for a while. Let's just take that off and remove the. Well, no, actually, I kind of like that. So let's leave the blindness on. Where's the blindness go? There it is. But whoops. Okay. Amory, go try and kill that guy. And believe it or not, still more competent than everybody else who's tried to attack that thing. That's it. He's a bleeding rogue, so I can't sneak attack him. Shazbot. Why did I just skip a turn? Should have at least tried hitting it with a bow. Right. Let's heal yourself again a little bit. There we go, that's not too bad. It's so much easier if I wasn't blind.
Let's try this way.
I can't believe I managed to make my own person blind. And oh my god, you just needed to roll one die above a 15. 15? 15.
I'll try to make this swift.
Bring it!
Still doing more damage than most of us.
This should do it. I didn't even break a sweat.
No, you barely broke the skin either. That is just shocking. It's a critical hit and did 9 points of damage.
A calculated risk.
I'll fight if I have to.
No, with him being a rogue, he usually gets sneak attack.
Stay behind me.
And when he crits, it really does stack up to the point where he can crit for like 50 points of damage. He just critted for 9. Well, plus I did have some interesting things. We have got a couple of kukris. A keen kukri included. Some leather armor. A shock short sword +1. Masterwork sword, padded armor. Belt of incredible dex +2. Masterwork club. Cold resist potion, remove curse. Shame it wasn't a remove blindness. Ooh, I wonder if I've got anything of remove blindness. And a headband of vast intellect +2. Did also get the bombardier's vest. This +1 leather armor provides the wearer with a +2 bonus on attack rolls with bombs and similar weapons. That's kind of useful. Right, I can now switch out these for Kurikis. Kukris. And seeing as though that's keen, it crits on a 15 to 20. That is ridiculous. Yeah. It does exactly the same damage. Apart from that's piercing, this is slashing. But look at that crit range. 15 to 20. Nice. What else did I get? Oh, that was the thing I was going to look for. Oh, I do wish these you could search. Acid Flask, Alchemist Fire, Potion of Aid, Bark Skin, Endurance, Blur, Bull Strength, Cat's Grace, Healing Potions, Displacement, Eagle's Splendor, Enlarged Person, Fox's Cunning, Heroism. These are in alphabetical order. So remove blinded will be remove curse, reduce person. No, so spells. S M R remove sickness. Nope. Okay, great stuff. Nobody's got to remove blindness on them. Unless it's in somebody's quick bar thing. No, that's reduce person. That's something I could do with doing. That's something that I could do with doing on you. Let's just go through these and make sure that there's none that need copying to your spellbook. More spells is always great. Okay. Not sure what spells. Acid, fog, and resist electricity immune. Okay, great stuff. Right. So, Amory's blind for the moment. Let's not worry about that. Let's go have a look at this box. There's actually a thing and a box. Nobody's saying it's strapped. Wand of shield. And a bundle of junk. I mean, it's not bad junk, but it's still junk. Alright, nobody discovered anything. That hurts. The spell that hurts people trying to hurt you. Oh, the Serenity one. The reference is from Red Dwarf. I thought I kind of recognized it a little bit. It's one of them. I've not seen / heard Red Dwarf in such a long time. Is it still shite? It's more the fact that, you know, what would she need to see anyway? I don't know. She's got a dirty, great big sword. She needs to be able to see what she's swinging it at. Yeah. Where's her image? Character. Can we have a bigger image of that? Anywhere? Nope. Inventory. Look at the size of that sword. Would you really want her swinging around that sword, which is nearly as tall as her, without being able to see what she's bleeding doing with it? Not watched them on and stuff. Yeah, neither have I. It's one of them. I can't remember which season it was exactly, but it started to be not great. Right, let's go back to town and get Amory's blindness sorted out. Main square. Just have someone stand behind her, holding her shoulders to point her towards what to hit. What's the worst that could happen? I mean, seeing as though I'm usually stood next to the thing that I'm wanting her to hit, with such broad sweeping strokes she makes with that sword, I don't know, it just seems like a terrible idea to me, okay? I could use your help. Scroll of remove blindness. I will take one. Also, you will take my shot. Historic club, bunch of useless things. Shock sword? Not sure if Bombardier's vest can go to somebody. Leather armor can maybe look around who might want that. They're pretty much useless now. Offer up all the rest of the useless junk. See, I don't know what to do with this food stuff. Let's cut that deal. Right, so go onto this, go onto this, use that. There we go. You're no longer blind. Yay! Right, you are an alchemist, I believe. No, you're a knife master. Who's the alchemist? Jubiliost. You're an alchemist. You can take the bombardier vest, just in case I ever bring you out to play. Right, leather armor +2. I think I've got better than that. I don't really care too much for the other people in the group, because I only ever really play with these 6. I might take Ekund out every now and again. And if it's plot based, I'll take somebody else out, but it's just one of them where it's like, eh. Alright, close that up. The only reason why I really sorted it out for the Bombardier is because it's just perfectly suited. Also, the last thing you want is your Bombardier just basically chucking out bombs and not being able to hit with them properly. Right, let's go have a look at these.
All according to plan.
Kukris that I have in storage. Because one of the fun things about the kukris that I have in storage is eventually I'll be able to actually oh, somebody wants to talk to me. Why wasn't I notified about this? Why would you look at that? Svetlana sent you a letter. She seems to be worried about old Borken. This letter is very emotional. Oh, who the hell are you? A pathetic-looking elf stands before you. His clothes are wrinkled, his cheek is scratched, and his nose is swollen like a stuffed... He suffered a heavy blow. He glances around with a haunted look and bows. My name is Sartain. Mistress Nizil was supposed to have given me a gift. Was supposed to have given me a gift for your grace, but I'm afraid we might have a bit of a problem here. Mistress Nazriel has been working hard on getting you a special gift, but one of her apprentices, Ditril, went mad after he touched the blade that was meant to be presented to you. He grabbed it and just ran off as fast as he could. I saw it with my own eyes. Now Ditril is missing. I've come to you in secret to ask for your help. Maybe you or one of your advisors could get to the bottom of this. My mistress would rather see the whole thing buried. After all, the sword that drove him mad was meant for you. Does Nazriel mistreat you? The elf throws up his hands in fear. No, not at all. She is the most magnificent weathersmith I've ever met in my entire life. I'm lucky she even noticed me. She made me so happy. I wish I weren't so stupid and clumsy, or I'd be more worthy to help her. But I try as hard as I can. Who are you? Me, I'm Saturnin, assistant and servant of Mistress Nazriel. She teaches me her craft, and I've been dreaming about becoming a weaponsmith ever since I was a child. My father was a master too. His swords were famous. Unfortunately, he went bankrupt while I was still too young to learn. He withered away and almost never got to teach me his skills, so the mistress gave me another chance. Tell me about Nazriel. I'm Mistress Nazriel's assistant. It's a great honor. She's a genius. Her knowledge of weapons knows no bounds, although it's sometimes scary sometimes, you know. Anyway, I'm not complaining. I'm happy to serve her. What was this gift you were talking about? I don't know. Mistress said I couldn't touch it, but I heard her ask Disrael to take it to you. I'll see what I can do. I do not like this woman, whoever she is. Don't know who she is. I need to go to talk to Balkan. But in the meantime, I have a couple of curricki. Mother's care and mother's warmth. They're blades of fire and ice. They are both keen, frost, finesse weapons with a +2 enhancement bonus. So basically, I go from a +12 +7, 8 through 11, 1d4 +7, and a 11, 6, 9 through 6 through 9, 1d4 +5, to actually I can equip them there. 9 through 17, 1d4 +7, +1d6. And the 6 through 9 becomes a 8 through 16, 1d4 +6, plus 1d6. Both with a crit range of 15 through 20. Nice. Also, they kind of look cool because one's on fire and one is frozen. Because everybody's gotta love a cliche. Right, do I want to keep some of these? I mean, keeping these for just in case, because that increases my AC by 3 and also makes me immune to the nauseated condition, and that has a chance of confusing enemies. I'll probably forget about them in their entirety. What else do I have in here? I've got so much crap in here. I got more crap at the Cypress Queen. Itchy nose. Right. Am I carrying anything of interest, storyteller? Totally forgot I was carrying that coin. Right, so Nasri. Well, Come on. Nasriel's greatest prisoner, but she was in no hurry to report it to the Barbarian. It looks like she's afraid of the consequences causing to the other apprentices made off. Strange case must be discussed with the Elven Lady. So I need to go to Nasriel's workshop, I think. I think Nasriel's workshop is here. Yeah, Nasriel's workshop. It's not finished for another day, so okay. But there's also the fact that Borken is... well, he's a little out of sorts, and I don't like that. So let's go up to Oleg's trading post. It's only going to take 22 hours. Oh, shut up, Tristan. It wasn't Tristan, it was me. Fight! It just sounded like Tristan a little bit. Oh, it's a wild boar.
Time's not waiting. This
Sneak
will
up and
hurt.
attack the boar. Because it'll be hilarious if it just explodes.
To victory!
It did not explode. It nearly died. I mean, come on. Wait, how did it not die? 32 points of damage against something that has 22 hit points. I claim bullshit. Maybe it is dead, it just hasn't realized it yet. There we go.
Follow my lead.
Training is boring. It's always a pain in the ass when it rains.
I tire.
Oh, news is coming. Some foreign treasure hunters found an amazing artifact at the dig site. It would be nice to obtain it, but how? The advisor persuaded them to hand over the unique discovery. After all, it's an integral part of the land's cultural heritage. Nicely bluffed. The famed magician visited the settlement and made everything come to life. The council of servants arrested the mischievous Fae and compelled him to repair the damage he's done. Okay. Regent demands your presence. An advisor wants to... okay. I mean, I'll deal with that when I get the chance. What you gonna do about it otherwise? That's gonna take both of us. So let's not do that one yet. Tristan requires 75 BP. And what's the other one? This one is, oh, there's a couple of, and both require 75 BP. Right, okay, purchase. 7.5. There we go. Accept. Right, close that. And reopen it. And to a certain degree, I wanted 150, not 75, because... well, it's not by 75, so if it's 35 minus the 75, that'd be 40, minus 1 is 39. Ta-da! Just enough. Should be. Hey, math, it works. Right, there we go. That keeps them busy for a little while. The Regent can demand all they want. When does this expire? It doesn't expire. I need to go back to the throne room to deal with it, and I'll do that after dealing with Borken. Continue! Because one of my people are in danger. Or is slightly concerned, I don't know. I should have read that letter, that's what I should do. Hey, Murder Sauce, how's it going? I got out of that dungeon eventually. It was terrible.
I tire.
Well, that was close. Where is that letter? I got given a letter. Your Grace, I hope the matter of state in your land, this lands of yours are indeed all fine and well, but what troubles there are don't weigh too heavily upon your mind. I write to ask you to check our local herb doctor, Borkin. The poor old man is losing his mind. He spends all day and night stooped over his cauldron. He looks about to lash out at anyone, especially those he doesn't know. He even snarls at me and Oleg, which he'd never have let himself do before. Please come and see before the old codger loses his mind completely. May Astral save him. We've no one to turn to but you. Hoping you can come as soon as possible, I remain yours, very truly yours, Svetlana Leviton. Yeah, I basically had to I had to very carefully progress through it, which was sort of like get into a fight, pray to RN Jesus. After the fight, go rest up and just very carefully progress my way through it. It was tough, to say the least. But once you're over that, it actually starts getting a little bit easier. I've not yet come across anything that's as awkward. Right. You've dragged me all the way up there, up here. Borkin looks tired and haggard. His face is grey, his brow furrowed, and his eyes shine with a feverish glow. Who's there? What is it? Oh, it's you. How convenient. I need your help. We have some tests to run. Tests? What tests? I found the formula all on my own. These damn books didn't have it. Nothing but hints and half-truths there. But you can't fool old Borkin that easily. What? Formula? The elixir of eternal youth. The wondrous brew restores the strength in one's hands and the swiftness in one's feet. I first heard of it when I was still just a lad. I didn't believe in it. But now I've lived a long life and I've seen stranger things, so I thought, why not give it a try? So I asked you to find these books for me. I'd heard that one of the volumes contains a formula. Well, turns out they don't. All they do is make things clear as mud. Still, I was able to find something useful in there. I can't remember how many nights I stayed up working on the solution, but here it is. Borkin proudly showed you a few vials filled with a silvery liquid. Can't drink it yet, though. Must test it first. Can't be too careful with these things. So will you help me? No, Lana is worried about you. I can see she's right to be. You're obsessed with this idea. It won't lead to anywhere good. Borkin almost looked shaken with indignation. So that's how it is it? The mischievous schemer. Fine, I'll just make it on my own, but it won't be the first time. About those tasks. Okay. It's failed? I mean, that seems a little bit harsh. Just because I don't want to drink the mysterious liquid offered by a madman, I fail the quest. I still stand by my judgment, but I am curious as to what it does, so... Let's just load the autosave, maybe? And see what it does. It just seems very harsh that it's all like, nope, you refuse to drink the mysterious liquid. It sounds like he's been messing with mercury, if I'm entirely honest with you. You know, silverish liquid. Maddening of the temperament. That's mercury, alright. Well, let's speak to him again. Find out what he's got to say. Test, what formula. Alright, I'll do it. Wonderful, thanks for that. Let's try it on the dog first. There's a mutt on a leash around the corner. You can test this stuff on it. It won't feel bad if... I won't feel bad for it if anything goes wrong. That'll teach it to stop barking at me every time I pass by. I could do it myself, but what if it's off a leash? It won't harm you as it would harm me. I mean, I don't want to feed it to the dog. I should go now. Experiment on the dog. Can I just drink the liquid? Did he actually give me a liquid? No, he didn't give me a liquid. I don't know where the bleeding dog is either.
All according to plan.
Hello, dog. Poured the potion into the dog's mouth. Neutral evil. A typical street dog on a leash with a dirty yellow coat. Its watery eyes regard you with particular interest. Well, soon as I'm just experimenting, I'm not actually keeping this out. Let's see the dog
Suffering.
be terribly, terribly overpowered now. Wow. I mean, that's a hell of a potion.
I tire.
The potion you made the dog go mad and attack me. The mad dog? Sounds wrong. Very wrong. I must have made a mistake. To demons with the dog, we need someone more human to experiment. You know what? My neighbour, a hunter, once told me there were rats in a forest not far from here. They'd been better test subjects. After all, they're closer to humans than a dog. You should try and find them again, but take this vial. This potion has a different, improved formula. I mean... No. Okay, I'm not going to run around experimenting forever. I'm just going to take the loss. Maybe on another playthrough when I'm evil and ambitious. But for the moment, I think that the guy should just stop it, because it's obviously driving him mad.
Tire.
I mean, he's possibly frightened that he's going to die of old age at some point. And that's why he's experimenting on internal use. But at the same token, you know, it's not really something that you can do, is not die. Why do I have an unidentified item in my... Wonder why it wasn't identified. Oh well, leave. It's only a wisdom +2, so it's not like I was missing much anyway. Okay, to my keep. Suppose I should go find out who wants me for what now.
My breath.
I'm hungry. When we stop?
It didn't stop me and say, oh, everybody needs to rest. A little bit odd. I wasn't going to let them rest anyway, but It's one of them where it's like, well, we're nearly at home, right? Who wants me now? Valerie keeps silent for a few moments, pursing her lips. I don't know where to begin. You see, your subjects, who until recently felt only suspicion towards you, are gradually changing their minds. What you've been able to do for the barony has apparently made them feel like they can bring any problem, any problem they have, even the most trivial. The neighbour of a local shepherd has taken his cow. Apparently the owner let it graze in her backyard, and now the woman refuses to return the animal. According to her, she tolerated the imposition long enough, and now feels the milk belongs to her. The shepherd, of course, is demanding the return of his property. As I see it, the shepherd is right. The cow belongs to him and must be returned to the owner. Although, if you want to know my other opinion, Valerie's face becomes stern. This is a matter for the village chief or village council, not something of the sort, not for the supreme ruler of the lands. This barony may not be vast, but that doesn't mean that the peasant should bother you with such trifles. See, it's one of them where it's like, if this was real life, if this all, such and such would handle it. I'm tempted to say I think you can manage this problem on your own and tell Valerie to deal with it. And if she doesn't want to deal with it, to delegate some more. Or just slaughter the cow and we'll all have a feast. How's that sound? Peasants? Yeah, he doesn't give me an option for that though. But this is one of the problems with video games, is they're like, let's have a feast because you can't decide what to do with the cow, so I'll decide for you and we'll all enjoy a good steak. And if you don't like that solution, then next time sort it out yourselves. I think I'm going to tell Valerie to deal with it. Now make sure that such issues are resolved without my intervention. Okay, so you've sorted it, but you want me to do something about it. Alright, fine. Let's have a look at the kingdom and figure out what I need to do so that you don't have to deal with it. I don't really want to go pissing off Valerie. Projects. Healing the poor and the weak. Paying attention to the community and healing calls. Real problems resolve with a +1. What? The other one is support the reagents endeavor. Spend 2 weeks resolving population's problems in the barony. Community will rank up. I need everybody to finish with what they're doing. I need so much to do. I think this is the point in the game where it's all I am now.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Yes, I was just about to go do that. Thank you, Lindsay, for telling me my business. I'm grumpy when I'm tired. I've got a hangnail or something. Cheesing me off. I can't get it out with my clippers. Right. Has anything else exploded while I was asleep? No. Okay, we are leaving. We are going to go to... I don't think there's anything. Oh, yeah, Nazriel. Need to go sort her out. I don't like the idea that she's beating her apprentices. Oh, you knocked that off. This town. 16 years. Alright. Let's try getting this hangnail with tweezers instead. I think it's a hangnail. I don't know. Technical terms. Ooh. Come on. Ow. Still doesn't feel pleasant. Yeah, close enough. Okay, go into here. Yeah, that's not too bad. It's not digging me at least now. The best mechanic in Norgard game equals feast. I've heard of that one. I've not played it, I don't think. God.
All according to plan.
Your Grace, decided to see how Vosk is doing. I'm set up nicely. I forge weapons and armor for anyone who's got coin. The fighters of these lands are weak. Some can't even lift a normal axe. Can't hold a candle to my sons. A half-orc growls grim, and his voice is dull and soft. My eldest was a strong one. He could hit an orc with a hammer so hard it would leave behind its teeth. It would leave behind its teeth along with its boots, but they are gone. My son and both his hammer. For 12 generations, my family owned this hammer. It's a relic, you could say. I wish I could fix, but how and for whom? Tell me about yourself. How did your family die? I left my house, went to a tribe that had ordered weapons from me. Got back to my house, I was ambushed. They hid in my own yard. I have no idea how I survived, but I saw the dead bodies of my wife and children with my own eyes. I have 4 lads, all of age, all carried weapons. 3 daughters too. They knew how to fight. More of the scoundrels kept coming, and I guessed they tracked us down, waiting to catch us by surprise. I guess I was lucky. They didn't kill me with the others. I fought them off and got lost in the woods. Walked for a long time without a road, and finally ended up here. You know, the rest. But the gods didn't see a long life for those bandits. I heard they're all dead. Only the chief is still breathing. The fingerless witch. Okay, let's put this conversation off later. You're a trader. Your Grace. I'm looking for somebody. Where is... Ah, Nazriel. Oh, you've got a very fancy place. It's an interesting hybridization of StarCraft and Settlers of Terrain. Catan. Can I go in here? Ah, there you are. A heavily armed Nazriel looks at you suspiciously, but she sounds welcoming enough. Welcome! My apprentice has finished unpacking, and I'm already up and running. All the better to serve you. I'd like to know more about you. Tell me about yourself. Nazriel looks at you suspiciously for a moment and then nervously brushes her fingers through her hair. My weapons define me. It's been drawn to it since I was a child. I have over 300 blades at home, each one of them special. I wanted to become a professional weaponsmith, so I learned the craft from the greatest masters of Incarnin. But then my comrades in craft and I had a bit of a falling out. A few bastards dared to question my skill. I felt I could only shed this burden outside Cronin. And what you know, I swore then that I would prove that I'm head and shoulders above them. Two of them paid the price even when I was working back home. They couldn't stand the competition and went bankrupt. That's where all the competition is headed. Tell me about your apprentices. The bonehead? Why would you care about them? It doesn't matter anyway. I recruited the apprentices for simple tasks. They sign my contracts, they obey me, and take full responsibility for any harm they suffer during service. One of them, Stefan, works in the smithy, the other, Ditzel, tests finished weapons and runs errands. Let us discuss this later. I heard the news of one of your apprentices has gone missing. It's so humiliating that you learned. Something went wrong with one of my weapons. It was meant to be a gift for you, but Giselle went crazy as he took it. He fell into a fury and ran off. A faulty blade with my mark gets into someone else's hand, my reputation will be ruined. I beg, your grace, help me. I don't think the idiot could have gone far. He may still be near the river. Bring me back the blade, and I will never let you down again, I swear. Oh, but of course, please be sure to save Drittle, my other apprentices, if it's not too much trouble. I have to go. See, I kind of want to go save this guy, but then I also want to get her off my bleeding lance, because she is not a nice person. Far too materialistic. I'm guessing
as it should be.
That whatever deal she made with whatever devil to get that sword to be as keen is actually taken a slight turn for the worst, and it's now sentient and is controlling people. Is it this? Yeah. Bridge over the water. Something blah blah blah. So try and save the kid, get the sword back, have it disposed of, and see her off my lands. That sounds like a plan. Right, I don't know where this is, but I'm going to run down to this cave and see what we meet along the way. Hello. Before you is a disheveled woman wearing a cheap dress and a cloak of grey with dust. She covers her face and sobs uncontrollably. A disaster, such a disaster. What happened? The woman raises her face, tears still streaming. Her eyes widen as she recognizes you, and she shudders. Barnes, it must be Providence that sent you to me. Only you can help me, the whisper. She wipes her cheeks and stifles another sob. I was robbed by a forest monster. They took my most valuable possession, my great-grandmother's pearl string. I was hoping to pay the bandits at the bridge with them. It's a family heirloom, a real treasure. My great-grandfather brought the pearls all the way from Elder. I thought it would be enough to get me to Galt, but I was ambushed by a vile beast. So frightened I dropped all of my belongings and ran. When I came to my senses it was too late. What am I going to do? I'm so scared of going back. Describe the forest monster. It had greenish skin, short, a wide face and red eyes. It jumped out of nowhere, flashing a dagger at me, and I yelled in Pidgin. Pidgin. It said I should give it my money or else. The creature description leaves no doubt. It's a goblin. Many of the little pests have recently taken lurking about the barony. Pfft, afraid of some goblin, are you? You should have given him a good old kick and he'd be done for. Where were you attacked? Oh, thank you so much. The beast ambushed me by the large stone along the road. It followed me. It followed it northeast, not far. But be careful, Baron. I beg you. I should go. Monster roaming around the gunner. Come on. A threat of it. She begs you to return this thief. What? Oh. She said to the northeast. Large stone along the road, follow it northeast. Northeast. This way? Found a goblin. A goblin in front of you looks unusual. His ugly face is covered with red clay, which looks like war paint. A string of beads is hanging down from his ears, and he was wearing a dirty reed skirt. Stop! I be the Prince of Camelin. So you bring presents, I take everything. Shiny bits, sparkly bits, grub. I am the barony of these lands. Do you know what I do to imposters like you? Ah! Prince wants to live! Prince too pretty to die! The goblin rips the beads from his head and throws them at you. With an angry whine, the goblin runs off, a trail of reed stalks falling from his skirt as he flees. I mean... well, that was something. I didn't even have to hit him. That's a creepy sound. Is this yours? Here, your Estrel's mercy, you found my pearls. Here are your pearls. Please be more cautious along the rest of your journey. Wait, I have something else I wanted to ask. Where are you from? Far off. I promised my cousin I'd visit her in Galt, but now this. You brought a priceless family heirloom along a visit to Galt. Forgive me, your grace. It's difficult to confess, but I'm running away. 2 men in my village died from the magic disease. Estrel willing, I'd save myself. This disease everywhere. Are you traveling alone? Yes, my mother died last year and my brother moved to the city. I hope that at least he'll be safe from the disease. I have something else I want to ask you. About the pearls. I'll return the treasure on the condition you turn back. I'm sure your brother would take you in, and there's safety in the city. These are trying times, and I'm doing all I can to stop the disease and protect the people. The woman hesitates, tugging the edge of her cloak and averting her gaze. And then keep the trinket yourself. She mumbles, barely out. My life's more important to me. She lowers her head and turns away. It seems I can't change your mind. Here, take your pearls. The woman slowly slides the pearls through her fingers. They're so beautiful. It's such a pity I'll have to part with them. Perhaps it would be best to cut the string. Spend the pearls one at a time. She sighs and forces a smile. Your Grace. Thank you for your help. I'll never forget what you've done. Here, take this money for the toll. You should keep those elder pearls in your family. You're a saint, and may Estrel preserve you. Sure I am.
In due time.
Right, where's this bleeding? I came here looking for an apprentice, not a peasant. This way? Who knows? Oh, everything around here is dead. Let's try in the cave. I have a feeling that to a certain degree I'm partly waiting for the next chapter, the next thing to happen, which is 213 days away and 2 hours. And I'm supposed to use this time to go around and improve my kingdom. That's the only logical explanation I can think of as to why I don't really have a quest that I'm supposed to be dealing with. But I do kind of prefer it when I've got a little bit more guidance. Oh yeah. There's this thing. I mean, what is this thing? A crag linen. I don't know.
I am yours to command.
Yes, well, go attack that thing.
Enemy approaching.
This is a terrible idea. This is a terrible idea. This is a terrible idea. What is this thing? Mist. Not too bad. I mean, it's big, whatever it is. I think this is... oh yeah, this is a chaotic evil level 16 dragon. Can't charge.
Tear them apart!
Alright, let us have some magic. Let's have a bless. Possibly should have moved you forward a little bit before doing that. Tristan, let's have... ooh, do we know what this is going to do? It's... energy fire immune. So, let us have... well, this is a surprise round.
This should do it.
They sing us a song. Oof. That hurt.
They go down!
A whole lot of misses. Haste everyone. Right, I want everyone to split up a little bit. Right, let us... oh, did I move? Is this going to catch everybody? Yeah, it's going to catch everybody. Let's have a protection from fire. And let's move a little bit. Right, make with the stabbing.
Calculated risk.
Oof, come on. Need 3 2s in a row. How am I supposed to kill things when I can't hit one goddamn fracking thing? Alright, Lindsay, let's have some cat's grace on me. Okay, that's not unpleasant. Did that go off at least? Yes, it did. Okay, right. Murder the thing. Just somebody hit it at least a little bit. I actually need to switch you to the cold iron weapon.
Protect me, please.
Wow, okay. You just died. Octavia, let's have... is everybody blessed? I think everybody's blessed. Everybody's blessed. Okay, let's... mirror image. Because that's always fun. Tristan, what do we have? Can you move forward a little? Can you constricting coil this thing? No, you can't.
There are other ways to cast this spell.
Right, let's do the Archon's Aura. Right, make with the stabbing. Not bad. I actually hit it this time. Got a couple of crits in there. Nicely done. Right, Valerie, I want you to move around just a little bit.
Onwards!
What else do I have? What else do I have? Right. I don't really want to run up there and... Ooh, can I slow this thing? That sounds like a plan. It failed its saving throw. Nice. Alright, Tristan, let's have one of your wonderful little heals. Nice. Okay, everybody's looking slightly healthier now.
Let's try this way.
With the murder! Wow, that was pathetic. Okay. Shoot. Cold iron longsword. And murder the thing!
Behind me!
Because it has regeneration. Come on. Give me a chance. Octavia. What else do we have? Don't really want a web. No, it's immune to fire, so that won't do anything. Let's have a magic missile. Magic missile is always good. Again, not with a fire. Let's see. Direwolf. Let's have a direwolf.
This should
Make with the murder.
tear them apart.
Right, I don't think I've got many more spells that are good for this, but oh well. Let's throw out everything we got. Yeah, Tristan, let's buff up another heal. And
A calculated
make
risk.
with murder. Well. Failed to skin it. 2 crystal quartz, a jade, and 2 gold coins. I have a feeling that there should be slightly more to this than just that.
In due time.
Oh, hello. We have a top hat. The Professor's Hat. Within the Professor's Hat is a subspace similar to a bag of holding, but only accessible to the wearer of the hat. Wearing it increases the party's carrying capacity by 200 and contains all masterwork tools possible, providing the wearer with a +2 competence bonus on all skill checks. It's also very fancy. Taldan Whip, Flaming Earthbreaker +2, Extend Magic Metamagic Rod, and of Transmutations and Bodily Poisons Part 2. How very interesting. I mean, I think the top hat alone is well worth whatever the hell that thing was.
That is not far.
Do I want to give it up for the Stag Helm? Which gives you a +1 bonus on attack rolls against flat-footed and flanked targets. Because I am a rogue. Inspired Wisdom. You don't really need wisdom, do you? I don't think it does much for you. Here, wear a hat. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Is that not a hat for the ages? I mean, it also makes... Because if I take that off of her... She's at medium carry load. But if I put that on her, she's at a very light. To actually change that as well. I'm curious. Yeah. It increases the maximum. It's weird, it doesn't behave like the bag of holdings. The bag of holdings negate weight. So while it says I've got 262 down there because I've got these 2 bags of holding, it would actually be 562. But the hat increases her carry weight, which is probably how it works. It increases her carry weight, which is essentially what the total is here. But yes, it is a very spiffing hat. It's just one of them. It's all like the +2 competence bonus on all skill checks is actually kind of nice, and I'm trying to think who would benefit from that most. All the while, not, you know, because Octavia, she does a little bit of skills, but she's also got a headband of vast intellect +4, which is what she needs for casting spells. Lindsay, alluring charisma +4, which is again spells and bardic stuff. Tristan, it's his healing. He does better healing. Me, I've got the Staglord's Helm, which is a +1 bonus on attacks against flat-footed and flanked, which is what I, you know, the target even needs to be flanked or flat-footed, and I get my sneak attack. So giving my, you know, I'm trying to go for that condition most of the time. And Amory, again, she could take it, but I don't think she'd look quite as spiffing in the top hat. Plus, as well, she's actually already at a light carrying capacity, whereas she's at a medium, which actually slows her down a bit. Armor check penalty is -3, excludes shield. Dex bonus is max dex bonus. It's 3. Mobility is at -3. Athletics at -3. Stealth at -3. Speed is -10. But wearing the hat, boom, she has no penalty. So despite the fact that I'm not getting the skill bonus, I think she needs to be the one wearing it.
As it should be.
Still have no idea where this apprentice is. Now, if you were a crazy person, where would you hide? I mean, I would have tried hiding in the cave with the dragon, but... Okay, everybody hold up, get into position, and let's burn a couple of heals. There we go. Lindsay's not looking pretty much dead now. The bandit, the cutthroat in front of you, is well armed, as are other warriors behind. He turns to face you. Hey, get in line, watch where you're going. The man trails off as he sees your face, and he recognizes you. By gods, the Baron! What brings you here? The man glances off to his companions, who look equally uncertain of what to do, and turn red. Well, of course you can pass, your grace. You should have run while you could. Now, what's going on here? Well, now, we're guarding the bridge, Baron, from monsters and other, on the Stag Lord's orders. The Stag Lord is dead. What's this nonsense? Gotta peel your eyes, you guys. Alive he is. See for yourself. There he is, keeping watch over us himself. I am the Baron of this realm, and I didn't order anyone to guard this bridge. Well, an order's an order. We're the Stag Lord's people. He says guard the bridge. We guard the bridge. And what are these monsters you're talking about? Well, Baron, all kinds, all kinds. Not long a Hydra popped up the other side of the river, right, man? A fat long-fanged bastard too. Now, your grace, what happened if that thing gets into his head to feast on folks crossing the bridge? And that's not the worst of it. There's goblins sneaking about as well, snatching everything that's not tied down. You know? Where's this Stag Lord of yours? Right there, there, see, right there. Go up to him, and he's the one to talk to. You should have run while you could. Charge!
Victory!
Right, if you could all just wait patiently. While... Ooh, a bandit cleric, that's not good.
Left Keep yourself open.
Supplies. Right. You do not have the things that I want. Just move forward. Why are you creeping forward? They hit surprisingly hard. Yes, do gather around, gather around. As soon as possible, I'll be fireballing this area. As soon as... Oh, you can hit the cleric. Great stuff. There's also another one out deep. Right, Octavia, if you'd be as... Did I take... Guy didn't take... I thought I took a fireball on somebody. Oh well. Set fire to the cleric. Right, Tristan. I do believe you should have your fireball. Yes, you do. Right, make them go... Boom. See, I'm not afraid to fireball my own people. Regret your choices, peasants. Regretting it
Let's
yet?
try this way.
Let's have a song. Let's inspire some courage. That's always good for a while.
Serves you right.
Ah!
Right, I think I'm going to take out that bandit cleric over there. I just don't trust him being, well, there. Oh, we may have aggravated another group of people over there. It's kind of what I was afraid of, but we'll survive. In the words of Amory, I'll always survive. Ooh, they cast haste. Alright, Amory, if you could just hold on and gather everybody up around there, that'll be great. And just get prepared, be prepared to jump out of the way when I throw down an acid pit. Alright? Ooh, Tristan, violent. Very unlike you. Alright, make it with a
This
murder.
should do it.
Ooh.
A calculated risk.
More people charging towards Amory. Lindsay would like you to move your distance very slowly. Are you overburdened? Oh, you are slightly overburdened. I should try and solve that at some point. But not right now, we're in the middle of the battle.
You deserved it.
Let us strike as one!
Right, you also joined up with them. Somebody summoned a bunch of wolves. And another bandit comes running in. Right, Amory, do me a favour and just move back around there a little bit.
They go down!
And that makes my next job even easier. Because you see, it's the reason why I love Acid Pit. Everybody in that area. Oh, come on. What's that? It's a standard action, so I can move you forward a little. And then I can cast Acid Pit right there. And everybody falls into the pit. Apart from a couple who managed to dodge out of the way. Well, that's okay, because I can deal with a couple of you. I think somebody died. Alright, move forward. And make with the murder. You're a very stubborn one, you know that?
This will hurt.
Thank you. Ooh. I'm not entirely sure if I should be using these weapons as a nice guy, quote unquote. Run! So, the fake stag lord. Well, that's hilarious, because I am the stag lord. Or, no, I killed the stag lord. And I have no qualms with killing you as well. Just so you know.
Any last wishes?
I love the... Oh, no, they have figured out which way they're supposed to be going. And they didn't fall in... Oh, they succeeded on not falling into the pit. Right, Valerie, I need you to do me a favour and run all the way... Nope, you can't run up all the way to there, apparently. Octavia...
Consider me.
That's a little bit closer than I would have liked to the edge of that pit. Oh well. Right, Tristan, what spells do you have? You have the one that I want. You can't cast it this time. Okay, right, move up to your distance. And then make the murder. Right, and
let's try this
I
way.
will move up and make with the murder. That's a teeny weeny little bit annoying. Bum ba bum. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, I think we just need to move up and make with the stabbing. Somebody back there is summoning even more wolves. I'm not really paying very much attention to where their wolves are running off to, because a lot of them are just going straight into the pit. That's a lot of wolves.
Do not falter!
So move back a little bit. And... I mean, I've still got other pits that I can throw at this guy.
Yes!
Oh, he made the saving throw. Everybody in that pit is slowly dying, I think, and it's terrifying to listen to. Excuse me.
This should do it.
Stop hitting my friend. Right, let us... Ooh. I might have screwed up my path across there, but I'll figure it out. Oh, the fake stag lord fell into the pit.
Yes.
Summoned more wolves. Wonder how many wolves you can fit into a 100-foot pit. Or up to 100 feet. Oh. That's a bit annoying. Get in there and start messing them up. Oh, you can now stand up. Make with the murder! Start moving around the pit. We need to go and take out whoever's conjuring them bleeding wolves. This is a terrible idea, but hopefully I've got the dex to save. Aha, I did. I saved.
Yes.
That wasn't very nice. So if you could not eat me, that would be appreciated. Valerie, we're going around.
Stay behind me.
Anne-Marie, we're going around.
Bring it.
Tavia, take 5 foot back and murder the wolf. Somebody else dying.
You forced my hand.
Right, let's do the risky maneuver
A
of just
calculated
walking up to you
risk.
and stabbing you. Because I think you're the only one, well no, you're the only one left that I can see.
Serves you right.
Oh, yeah, you move back 5 feet. And then make with the murder.
Yes.
Oh!
Another wolf falls into the pit.
Let us strike as one.
Tear them apart!
Bum bum bum. Who's this? Oh, that's a country. Okay.
I'll fight if I have to.
Supplies! Wasn't a tremendous amount of damage there. Okay, Tristan, wait there.
This will hurt.
Alright. Now's the moment we start the boring task of essentially having to wait until the pits disappear. I think everybody... Most of the people in the acid pit are already dead. Let's hide you behind everybody else because you're a little bit injured. Now there's more people dying in the acid pit. Oh, the acid pit is over. Great stuff. Right, Tristan, move up to everybody else and let's do a little bit of healing while we wait. There we go. Everybody's looking spiffy again. Evening, Sakuras. Sorry if I butcher names. I'm terrible at pronunciation. Oh.
I'll try to make this swift.
Right, while you're prone,
Let's
don't mind me,
try
I'm just going to
this way.
stab you in the back a little bit. And voila. Amulet of Natural Armor +3, okay. Masterwork, can't be equipped. Unidentified. Okay, Buckler +1, not bad. Wonder how I'm supposed to get them treasures from up there. Yeah. Masterwork Dagger, Masterwork Dagger. Masterwork Club, Masterwork Dagger, Masterwork Dagger, Masterwork Longsword, Longsword, Dagger, Dagger. Gonna assume all weapons are Masterwork
In
at this
due
stage.
time.
Hey, I managed to grab the ones out of thinner. And Masterwork, 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 Masterwork. Masterwork, Masterwork, Masterwork.
Follow my lead.
So many walls in that little... I'm guessing they were using...
Can't.
What? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Thank you. I had a bad feeling that we were going to fail that because I rolled a... What was that, a 2? A 3 on the die with a +29.
That is not
failed.
far.
Right, okay, so... The crazy guy that I'm looking for is not here. Let's speak to the 100. Yeah. The road's clear. I've cleared up the road.
due
Great
time.
stuff. I'm brilliant. Praise me. Right, okay. Let's go over here, which is where I think the crazy man might be hiding. There's a duck over here.
I shall end this suffering.
There's goblins over here. I think you're gonna regret that one, okay? Can I charge and kill you? Surprise!
They go down!
Do not falter!
I just love the way they scream when you hit them.
You deserved it.
So it's come to this.
I didn't even break a sweat. This should do it. Huh.
Justice!
last wishes?
Repent!
Bum, bum, bum.
You can't stop me!
The thing is, I know that the mobs around here are newish, because I've been through here before,
Calculated risk.
and I cleared up everything. And so now I'm coming back round. And there's new monsters here. But at the same token, I can't help but think that I'm just really doing cleanup duty. Okay, so the guy isn't there either. Where the smeg is this guy? Bum.
I wish there was another way.
This is where I
Bum.
step in.
Consider me provoked.
Oh, poisonous hydra, wonderful. Okay, can you? No, you can't charge up to it. You can get pretty close to it.
You forced my hand.
Not pleasant.
Onwards!
It's nice to see Valerie actually being able to move again now that the weight's taken off her. Thanks to Spiffy Hat.
This will hurt.
Serves you right.
This is for you!
Nice. Come on. Okay, that wasn't quite as much damage as I was hoping. Oof. I think most of us saved.
Stay behind me!
Although you're dazed.
Let's try this way.
Mudder!
Unexpected
Mudder!
outcome.
Mudder! Come on, somebody grab the...
And Lindsay was called
Blue.
forth.
Right, so he's not up over here either. It's only really there, there, and there. So let's go here first. Do I still have a restoration prepared? Freedom of movement, control fireball. Yes, I do. Okay. I'll sort out Amory's strength damage soon. Okay, so there's nobody here. Right, strength damage, go away from Amory.
What you
Because it's
want?
really important that she's as strong as possible. What are? Right, so if they're not over there, then they might be over here. And if they're not over here, then I've no idea where they're bleeding at. Well, there's up there as well, but... Oh, here we go.
All according to plan. We will be victorious. This should do it.
I'll try to make this swift.
They go down!
Dum da dum 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 da dum. Ooh, one of us actually manages to get an attack off. And does a grand total of 2 points of damage.
I'll fight if I have to.
A calculated
Murder!
risk.
Hope nobody wanted to loot that corpse.
Focus on the goal.
Gather around everybody. I don't think this guy is going to come nicely. Oh, when he sees you, the elf crouches in fear, hiding something in his arms. Have you come to take it? No, it's mine. Leave me alone. The grimace of pain and menace has captured his face. It's far too value. You can't own it. I'm the only one who can. Do you hear me? I'm the only one who can protect it. Everyone else wants to keep it for themselves, but I'm going to keep it away. I've been hiding. I can hide from you too. Don't come closer. I'm a friend. Don't get me wrong, but the thing is playing tricks on your mind. You must give it to me. Yes, it's bad. It poisoned my mind. The elf throws the thing away fiercely. Ditel returns to his senses and falls limply on the ground. Good lord, it's finally over. The damned blade took my sanity. Oh, I never expected Mistress Nezrel could create such a monstrosity. Let her find herself another assistant. This cursed thing nearly cost me my life. I mean, I shouldn't really just leave it here, but I don't think it's a good idea for me to be picking it up. This weapon was supposed to cast fear on enemies, but for some unknown reason it poisoned the mind of its first owner. The curse has lost its power, and the sword is now returned to an ordinary blade. Okay, let's go kick that crazy woman off my lands. Because she's not a very nice person. I have decided. She barely cared for her assistant. She was more cared about the fact that if somebody found out that she created a cursed blade, then everybody, you know, her reputation would be ruined. Furthermore, she intended that blade for me, so if it wasn't an accident...
I need to catch my breath.
Then it was meant for me. If it was an accident, I'm not entirely sure I want somebody so arrogant and so uncaring on my lands. Especially since though she beats her other assistant.
May we have a moment of respite?
We can have a moment of respite when everybody's tired. Where is this hag? There you are. Save.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Take this dangerous thing away. It poisoned the mind of one of your assistants. I'm terribly sorry. What an unbelievable failure. I would never allow the faulty blade to get into your hands. That's what we need quality control for, right? I promised you'll receive a gift. Please give me a little more time. I hope the item I will send you will, with Satana and Tanya, will fend off boredom while you wait for the arrival of a true masterpiece. You have one day to leave my domain. I will pass this message along to the master. It will make him angry. Who is the master? I mean, I've technically failed a quest now, but I don't care because she isn't a very nice person. Right, so back to... What's funny is I started off this entire session 3 hours ago with pretty much in mind of I'm going to go see the neighbouring barony.
Resting would be nice.
Over here in Varnhold. Before I made it there, terrible things happened.
I tire.
And just more terrible things happened until the point that, you know, 3 hours later and I've still not done what I intended to do. But alas, I will continue on back to Lochdale, rest up there, figure out what this exclamation point is about. Actually, let's click on it and find out here. Trade taxes. Jubileos to Tristan, both are busy at the moment. Some half-elf trading fabrics in the capital discovered a loophole in the law which made it possible to avoid paying most taxes. The news spread quickly through the Merchants Guild. Measures should be taken or the treasurer will take a loss. I really could do with dealing with that. Attend to it before the 1st of Gozra, which is in about 15 days if I'm not mistaken. Is anybody going to be finished within 15 days? Who's Tristan or Jubileos? Tristan should be done in 10 days. So he can take care of it. Bum 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 bum. Enter this location. See what's bothering me in the front room because there's still an exclamation mark, which usually means somebody's here. No? Nobody? Nobody come to pester me over something trivial matter? I'm slightly curious. Can I sell this workshop? Seeing as I'm kicking them out? Tavern. Azrael's. Sell it. Do you like that? You get a little bit of time to prevent the sale. I love the way it's like. Be sure to visit your keep at least once a month. It's all like I never get to bleeding leave. There's always something coming up. Suppose I could just basically ignore it and go off and go on my own little adventure somewhere, but it's one of them. I feel, you know, I'm a baron. I'm a lawful good baron. I'm supposed to be responsible for these things. Alright, so that's another opportunity finished.
As it should be.
Lindsay waves her hands and excitement. Finally, you have your own advisor for cultural affairs. I'm so happy you entrusted this to me. First of all, art in our barony is not doing so well. People care more about soil and what you can give them, and not about affairs of the spirit or the life of the mind. But we can fix this. Your subjects need a gentle nudge in this direction. You just have to spend a little money and time on education. Open private schools, offer classes at temples, and even invite foreign teachers to the capital. Anything will be better than what we have now. What do you say? We will open schools. I don't want my lands to be inhabited by uneducated bumpkins. Yes, we'll do just that. Okay. Free building school, support the curator's endeavours, +2 loyalty, minus 100 BP. I didn't even think I had 100 BP to lose. I'm pretty sure I'm now running a deficit. I am. A promising magician and scientist has arrived in the region from abroad. He's looking for a place where he won't be disturbed. All authorities may benefit from cooperation. The scientist accepted the advised aid for support. The scientist accepted the advised aid offer to aid the barony. His work will surely promote the magic arts in these lands. The curator needs your help, of course they do. Right, rank up. Support the curator's endeavours. That will take a few days. Nobody's... Oh, how long is this going to take? 14 days. Any low taxation helps the economy grow. Any opportunities resolved by the treasurer increases the economy by 1. Oh, you're not doing anything. I can replace you. I don't want to, but I could replace you. Everybody else is too busy to be replaced. So, go back to the events. The projects. I don't want to miss out on this, because failure is likely to affect my economy. But they're both busy for the next 9 days. He's about to finish some research. I think I'll buy the bullet and do this. What's the worst that could happen? Ooh, just in time. Okay. Culture has reached rank 2. Great stuff. Research of the nature of curses, Jenna Tennyson. How could a mother have cursed her own child, even unwittingly? The case proved beyond any reasonable doubt that words possess true power. Even a person with no magic ability at all can place a curse upon someone, even without knowing what they're doing. This research has increased our understanding of arcane and divine magic. We have acquired deeper understanding into the nature of curses. The cost of building with a static loyalty bonus, Alchemist Laboratory, Bard College, City Hall, Ever-Flowing Spring, Exotic Gardens, Herbalist Magic Shop, Monument Park, Sword Lord's Academy, and Temple of Caden Gale, Town Hall is reduced by 10%. Right. Insufficient funds on a lot of these. Okay, there's lots of events. Trade, taxes, you go off and do that. So that's a pressing matter. Jude, take care of that. Event of the month. Anne-Marie, you're up. Accursed things, Jude, we'll have to deal with that later. A letter for the Baron. A message from Silverstep awaits you. Who the hell is Silverstep? Your Grace, a while ago we received a message from the village of Silverstep. Oh, yes, or a denunciation to be precise. A certain brevis informs us that the local settlers are starting to believe in a creature called the Silver Dragon. The dragon allegedly claims dominion over all of the stolen lands, thus compromising your authority. The author of the letter reports that this belief is spread to the local huntsman by the local huntsman named Ivor. I took the liberty of sending a few people to verify this information, but they found nothing to report. The settlers won't discuss it, and the huntsman wasn't in the village at the time. Your Grace, the decision is yours. A potential threat or slander cannot be taken lightly. I will deal with this. Who are you now? No. Unfazed by the awkward silence, Brocken searches through his bag for quite a while. He finally pulls out a sizable brown paper package. There you go, a little something from old Brocken. Protection from arrows, potion of the Eagle's Splendor, protection of fire. If you need anything in particular, just let me know. If you're not sure, I'll go home and think of something for myself. My bones ache. Well, thank you. This will prove useful. You may go now. My pleasure. I only hope that no one throws it away or leaves it to rot in some old chest. Oh well. Is that a dig? Did I put it in something that he made in a chest once? Right, I got a letter. Where is this letter? No. I've decided to file it away under letters somewhere. Where? I don't know. Is this a... No. No. Alright, sort by ascending order. That's going to muck everything up. Should really put these away once I've finished dealing with whatever it is. I have no idea. Does that help you? Oh, it gives you a +1 because natural armor is coming from somewhere. Natural armor is coming from your cloak. Okay, so we can take off the cloak and it not go down. Which means that we could give you another cloak. Do we have anything in the box? That's the first question we need to ask ourselves. Do we have any cloaks in the box? We do not. Okay. Right. Cloak of Resistances. Do you really? We don't really use stealth, although it does grant immunity to blindness and dazzling. But not many people make you go blind. But lots of people try to attack you. That didn't do anything for you. Okay, let's switch that back because that's an amulet of natural armor. I think this might be the first one that goes in the box, unless I give it to Amory. But no, that's useful because she actually has a bite attack and gives us +1 d6 cold damage and trips the target, and the tripping the target is really useful. Don't really want to go with what the resistance is, although they're already wearing one of natural armor. Or maybe, just maybe, if I take that off you, right, put the cloak back on, and take that off you, and give you that, that will increase you to 36, which is kind of what I need. I need higher. I mean, I'm impressed that I'm getting a 36 at this stage, but hopefully, just hopefully, they'll stop murdering you. Right, if you've got the Cold Iron Earthbreaker, which is why you're carrying an Earthbreaker. Now, Flaming Earthbreaker +2, I don't really think I need. You switch back to your bastard sword. because a cold iron longsword is great against whatever that thing was. Right, let's see if the storyteller wants any other junk that I've got. And then I brought some relics, anything. Okay, need more for the collection of things, the Taldan, whatever it was. I can't remember. It's a Taldan thing of something or other. It's part of the collection, which I will need to finish off at some point. Well, probably. There's a reasonably good chance that I won't finish off many of those collections in this playthrough. I've got far too many things that I've collected partial bits of the grouping and partial bits of a lot of different things. But if I was to play this through again, I'm likely to play it through with a guide. It's raining out here. Why did nobody warn me? I would have stayed inside where it's warm. Show me your wares. I am going to sell you lots of crap. Is this gonna... There we go. Offer junk and sell. Right, so let's head back inside where it's not raining. I've got this loner hunter to deal with, but I can deal with next time. And at some point I might actually go over to Varnhold. But for now, thank you for joining me. I'm just going to get inside and then save it, and that'll be it for this session. Ta-da! How many does it... I've been playing this for 3 days, apparently. Yeah, that sounds about right. 3 days and 12 hours. But it doesn't actually tell me how long, so... I'm just kind of curious while I'm looking at it. The first save that I've got is from Oleg's trading post on the 16th of Gorzra, 47:10. Fazra, which is the 3rd month, versus Gorzra. I've been playing this nearly a year in game time. And it's taken me 3 days and 12 hours to get here. I mean, I'm quietly impressed. I'm impressed. So let's go to the just talking for a moment while I speak some tripe. Let's get some music going because I've got background music for this. Hi-ya. Hi-ya. When I say hi-ya, music happens. There we go. So yeah, this is my 35th session playing... 35? I'm pretty sure it's 35. Yep, 35 sessions of playing Pathfinder Kingmaker. I have no idea where I am in the plot. I have no idea how close I am to the end. I have no idea what's going on most of the time. But it's certainly gotten more enjoyable this last couple of sessions since I got out of the Dungeon of the Bloom, or whatever it's called. Hopefully something will come up and it's like, aha, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. But until then, I'm a little bit of a loss. Anyway, I shall be back playing this on Thursday. Thursday, yes. 9 well midnight GMT. Friday I'll be probably playing some more Cyberpunk. Saturday I will be playing something probably. Don't think we've decided on what it'll be. I usually stream co-op with a friend of mine, Kichigai Neko. We both stream at the same time. And if nothing else, check my schedule. I need to update that at some point and add in the Cyberpunk and the random gaming. But Well, let's just see if anybody I know it's worth passing you over to is currently streaming. If there is, then we will raid. Yeah, Halfsinger Games is streaming some Cyberpunk 2077. So we'll be going over there if you'd all like to join me. I will wish you all farewell, and it's not quite New Year yet, so I don't have to bother with all that Happy New Year nonsense. And I'll see you next time. Daddy bye.